is AJ Duck with the Tennessee Tribune. I'm here with the strongest man in Tennessee, Mr. Eddie Swanson.
How you doing, Eddie?
How's it going, man? Oh, wait a minute. How's it going?
Yeah, I got a couple of questions for you, man. First of all, you don't look your age, man. You look so young. You look my age.
Thanks. God, eat a lot of Cheerios now, for sure. But, no, really, that comes from, a lot of people say, maybe genes or whatever. But I don't know. I think it comes from trying to eat right and exercise, and because that's what I'm into. That's what I do.
Okay. I got you, man. And first of all, I want everybody to know I used to look just like this to impress the ladies, but you know, I got married, and after that, I didn't care about impressing no other ladies, so I just shrunk. Okay, man. First of all, how long have you been bodybuilding?
Actually, that's a good question, because I used to, when I first started out, I started out as a bodybuilder. Now I'm a powerlifter. And the difference is, bodybuilding is, you know, you see the guys with the trunks on stage posing. That's what I started out doing. Switched over to powerlifting because I got tired of shaving my whole body, you know, because it got to be hectic, man. So, and powerlifting, on the other hand, is how much weight you can lift, you know, as opposed to how good you look on stage, you know. So now I'm a powerlifter, but I've been doing that for about 35 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm 25. Now, how did you look when you were my age? Were you kind of in between this and?
Actually, when I was about 25, I won my first bodybuilding competition.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I was Mr. Georgia.
Cool. Cool, man. Okay, now, did you have any inspirations coming up? Like, did you look at somebody and say, yo, I want to look like that?
Actually, I did. I have a lot of pictures. I grew up poor, first of all. Grew up in the projects. You know, we didn't have a lot of money. But fortunately, I ran across this guy that kind of helped me out. He was the manager of a store, kind of like it was called Pruitt's. It's like a food store. And so he got me a job. I started working for him and stuff like that. And I used to see these magazines. So when the magazines were out of date, they would take them off the shelf. He would save them for me, a bodybuilding magazine. So I had pictures of Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, and it was this one black guy. And I hadn't seen too many black bodybuilders at that time, but his name was Sergio Oliva. Big old dude, you know. I had Arnold Schwarzenegger, Frank Zane, Sergio Oliva, all those people on my wall. Every morning I wake up, look at them, go work out. I want to be like that, you know. So yeah, that was my inspiration back then.
Okay. Can you show your guns for the camera real quick, if you don't mind?
I'll let you in the car. No, just yeah.
Wow. I used to look like that. Maybe I was dreaming.
Hey, he's the man. He still looks like that.
Okay, man. Now, where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Kingston, Jamaica.
Oh.
Yeah, I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. I moved to the United States when I was about 9 years old. My father passed away, and so my mother wanted to move back close to her relatives, you know, which were all, you know, in the United States. So so I grew up here in the United States. I was born in Jamaica.
Okay. And you're living here in Nashville now, right?
I live in Nashville now.
So what made you choose Nashville?
I don't know. You know, I used to live in Chattanooga, and at the time I was a police officer in Chattanooga, and my wife is a nurse. So I talked to a couple of people here in Nashville, and they kind of, you know, gave me some options about what was going on here. So the Titans came up, you know, and so I sent my resume in, and they gave me a call for a strength and conditioning coach. Mm-hmm. Coach Fisher at the time was planning on leaving. That was before he left, but he was planning on leaving. The strength coach with the Titans at the time was a good friend of his, was going to leave too, you know. So that was going to be available. So I moved down here in hopes of getting that job. My wife, on the other hand, got a job at Vanderbilt. And so we came down here. Unfortunately, fortunately for her, she got the job. Unfortunately for me, I didn't. But once I got here, we liked it so much and everything like that. She got the job and everything. And then I got a job as a personal trainer. So that's what I'm doing at the current time now.
Okay. Okay. And now I've seen you in Mortal Kombat and the Fighting Temptations. Now, how did you get those roles?
There's a friend of mine that I've known for years. He works for the Screen Actors Guild. And anytime something comes up or whatever that he thinks that I would be doing, he'll call me, hey man, they got this thing here, I think you should come down here. And I'm like, I can't travel all the way down there, or I hope, And he was like, no, well let me see what I can do and I'll call you back. So he labeled some stuff around and talked to some people and were actually able to get me the part, without me auditioning for it, And so once I got down there, of course, they liked the way I was doing, and I do have a third-degree black belt in Showtime, right? So that helped, especially with Mortal Kombat, since it was a fight movie, So got in there, and then from there, they were looking for some well-built guys to play a prison guard in Fighting Temptation. So I got that part, went there, they looked at me and was like, okay, cool, you man. So they gave me a uniform and all that stuff. So that's how I got, those parts.
That's what's up, man. On to the movie side. Now, what are some of your accomplishments? I know you got medals and you won this, you won that.
Yeah. Currently, right now, I'm the WNTF, which stands for the World Natural Powerlifting Federation, World Champion. In the power curl. And what that is a lot of people do curl, stuff like that, but they don't use the kind of weight that I do, And but right now I hold the world record in curl, and I'm also the world champion in that organization, in that weight class, which is the 198 weight class. So I'm currently world champion, 2-time world record holder, 3-time national champion. So,
sweet, man. Now, you don't mind telling me how old you are, do you?
No, I'm proud of it.
Okay, so you're 51 years old.
51 years old. I'll be 52 in December.
Okay, that's cool, man. Yeah, you look so young. I wouldn't guess.
Now,
I also want to know now, in terms of what you're doing, powerlifting and stuff, 20 years from now, will the body still be able to maintain what you're doing?
Oh, yeah, because I'm planning on staying. Actually, I tell people, I'm going to stop working out. And they're like, why? I'm saying, well, I'll be too old by that time. And they're like, well, when are you talking about? I said, when I get 99. So I'm planning on retiring and stopping working out when I'm 99.
Cool, man. Yeah, you probably get there, too.
I hope so. I hope so.
Now, so what's next for the strongest man in Tennessee? Like, you got any more movies lined up? You got any more competitions, anything?
As a matter of fact, I'm planning on a competition right now. It's in the same organization, WNPF. What I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to go up in weight class. Last year I was in the 198, so I'm gonna try to move up to the 220, which I'm only gonna gain about 205. I don't want to get up to 220, but that's enough to put me in the next weight class up. And I want to go for another world championship. So I'm gonna try to go through the ranks of winning the state again, winning the national, winning the national, hopefully win the world, set a new world record, and win the world championship. And I will be one of only a handful of powerlifters that actually hold 2 world records in 2 different weight classes at the same time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's my goal. That's what I'm shooting for.
Okay. And it's good to see a brother doing something positive, you know what I'm saying, you're a great role model. Do you have any advice for young people coming up?
Yeah, man. When I was young, like I said, I grew up in the projects, single parent. Everything that looked good wasn't good. I seen the guys driving around in the nice cars. They got all the gold on. They were, selling drugs and, in gangs and all the stuff that you face with growing up in the project.
Right.
But thank God that I had a mother that wanted to see her kids do the best that they could do in life and not get involved in that stuff. So she was kind of hard. My mom was no joke. And I grew up, you know, a Christian, and grew up in, you know, a good household with my mother and stuff like that. And the advice that I give any young person right now is to strive to be the best you can be. Get an education, because that's one thing that they can never take away from you. As long as you got it, you got it. You got a paper saying that you got this, you got it. You know, and that can help you farther in life. If you want to be an athlete, go for it. But get an education just in case athletics don't work out for you. You got something to fall back on.
Mm-hmm. That's brilliant. Yeah. And one last question for you. Is there anything else that you want our readers to know about you that I haven't asked you about?
Yeah, I'm a personal trainer, you know, and I'm also available for you know, seminars and, you know, different things like that, you know, speaking engagements, stuff like that, you know, because I love to promote fitness, because it's helped me so much in my life, and I want to give back to other people and help them. You know, the one thing about fitness is you can't promise a person a longer life, because when their time's up, their time's up. But you can promise a person a better quality of life. If you work out, you eat right, you can live a better quality of life. You can run around with your grandkids. You can toss a ball. You can do all this stuff without being, you know, out of breath, and you can't go places because you can't walk. You know, so you know, fitness is a promise of better quality of life, and I love to promote that. So anytime I can talk about that, call me.
Awesome. Okay, well, this is
AJ Duggar, Tennessee Tribune.
the strongest man in Tennessee.
Yeah,
Eddie Swanson.
Yeah.
I'll get there someday.
You're the man. You're the man.
You too,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Take care.
Thanks.